All right, YouTube, the Counter Punch Boxing. Hey, look, I had to share a quick one with you today. So, Buddy Mcgirt, okay, Sergey Kovalev's new coach. I think they've been together, like 3 fights now, I believe. But Sergey definitely looking different under his direction. Much better than, Jackson. So I'm glad he kind of parted ways, got it together, and has a new coach. But anyway, he's on ESPN, right? They're talking, how are you going to beat Canelo? What is the game plan? What are you going to do on fight night? Let's see it, right? And usually, a coach, they won't tell you this. A fighter will say, oh, you have to tune in and watch, or you'll see on fight night, or talk to me after, that kind of thing. But I was a little bit surprised that they actually, just made their game plan public. So let's get right to it. So first, Buddy says keys to beating Canelo, break his rhythm, right? He was saying, don't let him get into a rhythm. And a lot of this is very basic, but it's what you need to do to beat Canelo. Break his rhythm. Don't let him don't let him get comfortable in there. Don't let him get all bouncy on his toes, the combinations, whatever you got to do. Look, I'm not even against holding in this particular fight. Kovalev needs to do whatever he has to do to win, okay? And most importantly, punch while he's punching, or punch when he's punching, number 2 right here. Now, remember, Antonio Tarver, I talked about it in my other video, Buddy Mcgirt trained Antonio Tarver to beat Roy Jones. And he said, this is how you beat him. You punch when he's punching, right? Because you can take the most, defensive fighter, like a Mayweather, whoever it may be. If you punch when they're punching, they have no defense. So, take one to give one. Now, if you can handle Canelo's power, why not? Take one to give one, and get his respect early. That's what they need to do. So I'm all for it. They say offense is the best defense. I'm 100% for it. So make them uncomfortable. He said, we're going to hit the elbows. We're going to hit the arms, the chest, the neck, head, ears. Well, he said, we're going to hit him everywhere but the bottom of his feet. That's what Buddy said. We're going to hit him, everywhere but the bottom of his feet. So, I want to see that, and that's the best way. Use that jab, right? Keep that jab like probe, and keep popping the jab to Canelo's right hand, to kind of diminish the power, make him uncomfortable, disrupt the rhythm. If Kovalev can do all of these things, control the range, there is a way to beat Canelo here. Now, this I found really interesting. Number 4, he said, do the opposite of what he does. Now, at first I thought, if he jabs and you don't jab, if he throws a right, you throw a left. He throws a left, you throw a right. But no, he said like a mirror. He said basically make it a mirror. If he throws a jab, throw a jab. If he throws a hook, throw a hook. He throws an uppercut, you throw an uppercut. Make it like Canelo is looking into a mirror, right? And there's a lot of psychology embedded in that, and I thought that was brilliant, actually. And it does work. We've seen, I was watching Oscar De La Hoya, Shane Mosley, and that's basically what both guys were doing. It was like that tit for tat. Like you do it, I'll do it. You did it, I did it. That kind of thing. So again, I think it's a good game plan. But one thing I haven't really heard him talk about is the body shots. They have, but also the range. I just think if Kovalev can use that range, but then again, if he does use the range, it'll make for a boring round, and I think the judges will favor Canelo. If there's a close round, they're going to give it to Canelo. I know a lot of you out there, I know what you think. I've been on social media for the past month, even up to, a minute ago. I was just reading your comments, and you're saying, look, they already got the scorecards filled out. If Kovalev doesn't knock him out or knock him down, then he's going to lose. And you're probably right, but I did pick Kovalev to win. I just feel like look, this is too much. This is a tall order. He bit off more than he can chew, that kind of thing. Come on. This has only been done a few times in history where you have a guy coming, from light middleweight up to light heavyweight, to face a top 4. Yes, Kovalev is getting older, things like that. But it's still dangerous. Even a 75% Kovalev is dangerous. But, now he's going to fight smarter. Kovalev is going to fight smarter now and not harder. So, and the power. Another thing I want to throw in there, and Buddy Mcgirt did talk about this, how or can they handle Canelo's power? And more importantly, to team Kovalev, how's Canelo going to handle Kovalev's power, right? I mean, these are the fundamental questions that are going to get answered. And he did say, you know, look, we're going to fight smart. It's going to be like a chess match, not necessarily like the crusher in there. I mean, if the moment comes, we'll take it. But I mean, it sounds like they're going to try to outbox the boxer, and that never really goes well for a puncher. History has shown us over and over and over again, you can't outbox a boxer. I mean, look at Mayweather. Again, I brought him up earlier. When guys get in there and they try to outbox them, like if you're a puncher, be a puncher, that kind of thing. But, so hopefully he does resort to his power, Kovalev, and he can hurt him. I mean, look, I even if he loses, I'd like to see at least a knockdown. And of course, you guys know, the stats. We'll end it here. Just a quick one. So, 52-1-2, 34-3-3-1. So, Kovalev, what is he, 6 foot tall? Canelo, 5'8". I mean, come on. I mean, that's a significant height difference. 29, 36 years old. And a lot of people are calling Kovalev old, but he's actually younger than Gennady Golovkin. So, I don't quite understand that. I know he got, he lost to Andre Ward, things like that. But I don't want to get into it. So you understand what I'm saying. I don't think he's that old, okay? Yes, he's getting up there, but I do think he has a few good fights left in the tank. Now, he fought in August. He fought Anthony Yarde in August. That might come into play. I mean, that's back-to-back fights. But then again, Kovalev said, I'm better when I'm active. I'm better when I keep going. I'm like a well-oiled machine. Keep me running and I'll keep going. So we'll see. But that's, what, I'll probably leave it at that. I don't want to babble too much, but just quickly, we'll hit them again real quick. Let me see if I can pull it up there. Yeah. Okay, number one, break the rhythm, and you guys know what that means. If you follow, even if you're a casual fan, you know what that means, okay? And number two, for me, is what I want to see. If I could pick one of these four, and Kovalev came, or he delivered, say, on one of the four, it would be number two, punch when he is punching. Because I don't think Canelo has that crazy knockout power that Kovalev needs to fear, not even to the body. Anthony Yarde had trouble hurting him to the body. Andre Ward hurt him to the head, then hurt him to the body. So I honestly believe if he punches when he's punching, he can catch him, he can time him, especially with that reach. And we also know Kovalev, his jab is like most boxers' right hand. A lot of people say he used to be a southpaw and he put his power punch up front, and becoming a left-handed fighter. So, I kind of see that, kind of like Miguel Cotto. Cotto, I mean, everyone says like his jab is like his power punch. So I do believe that, if he can just land one shot, maybe two, just one, even one. I want to see one shot on Canelo, and I want to see how he takes it, how he can handle the power of the crusher, right? We'll see. So step three, make him uncomfortable, hit everywhere, up top, down low, on the side, hip, shoulder, whatever. Any legal punch, just do it. Keep your hands moving, stay active, but also be smart. Don't get countered. Don't let Canelo set a trap. Don't let him time you, that kind of thing. So, and do the opposite of what he does. Basically, act like a mirror is in front of you. So, all right, guys, what do you think?